Hello Math 1 students, today we are going to do section 2.5 linear and exponential function, ready set go part of MVP curriculum. So very first question here is write the equation of a line in slope intercept form, that is y equal to mx plus b, using the given information. So as I told you today in class, y equal to mx plus b, that's the slope intercept form where this m is slope and b is y-intercept. All right, so we have to simply plug it in. So we have been given the values here. I would just, if I'm talking about question number 2, y equal to mx plus b, I just replace this m by 3/8 and b by -3, and I just leave other things as it is. So 3/8x minus 3. That's the slope intercept form for question number 2. All right, so you can simply use the other equations, like if I'm trying to do 3, so that is what, y equal to mx plus b, and value of m in the question, it is given 16, so I replace it by 16, and b is given -1/5. So I just plug it in and everything is going to be the same. 16x minus 1/5. That's the slope intercept form for question number 3. Let's move to question number 5. Now next question is about write the equation of the line in point slope form, because it has the equation or the information about a point and a slope. So here this is the slope, and if I talk about these two values, this is coming from a point, and what is that point? That's actually x1 and y1, a point. All right, so here I can take it as x1 and y1. What I would do, in order to write the equation, I need to copy down y equal to m times x minus x1 plus y1. I just plug in the values. So y equal to, this m is going to replace by 2/3, it's given in question, x minus, and x1 is -6, so that becomes +6, and y1 is 1, so that is +1. So that's our equation based on the given information. I hope you get it. So let's move to the next question. Next question, now we already did a question where the slope was directly given and a point. What if I haven't been given the slope and I have to use the information, if I'm starting with 9. So for point slope form, that's the equation here. I just need m. For that, let me write it over there. I need m, and so y equal to m times x minus x1 plus y1. So previous question you saw that m was directly given, but m is not here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the equation for slope. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Difference in y over difference in x. That's actually rise over run. So if you see a graph, you can read it from there. So here it is x1, y1, and this is x2 and y2. So I'll just first calculate my m, and m is what? I could 1 minus 8. I could do that. I just took the difference between y values, this minus this, over, then I would take the difference between x value, this minus this. So that is going to be 3 plus 4. All right, and when I do that, I get that is going to be -7, and 3 plus 4 is 7, and that's again -1. So my slope is -1. So I got this part, and I have to now, because I have 2 points, so I could have 2 answers. So from here I can have 2 solutions. If my m is -1 and my 1 point is -4 and 8, like my question number 4, my equation will be, this means my equation is y equal to -1, and in that case this is going to be x1 and y1. So I use that. So that's going to be x minus 4 minus -4, and that will change it as x plus 4 because it has negative sign, and plus y1. So, and y1 is what? 8. That's the answer if I'm picking the first point. What if I'm not picking the first point, I'm picking other one. I'm taking m is negative 1 and I'm taking this point, second one. If my other point is 3 comma 1, so here in this case I assume it to be x1, this is y1. My equation is y equal to negative 1, that's m. I'm just using this equation to substitute value, and that's going to be x minus x1, so x minus 3 plus y1, that is 1. So I just plugged in, so I have two answers here. So I can get any answer, so this way you can finish other questions. Let's move to next part. So here we see the question for set part is make a graph. First you have to make a graph of the function based on the following information. Add your axis, choose an appropriate scale, label your graph, and then write the equation of the function. Alright, let's first start making the axis. So what I can do, I can create my axis like this is going to be my y-axis, and if I assume this to be x-axis, okay, and then I can mark it as 2, 4, negative 2, negative 4, 2, 4, 6. All right, now what I have to do, I have to graph my points here. For that one, I see that the information is saying the beginning value is 5 and its value is 3 units smaller at each stage. So beginning value is 3. So I could start, beginning value is 5, so it is the 1. Here it is starting, I could assume. And so at each stage means you move 1 unit to the x and then it's going to be 3 units smaller. Smaller means you have to subtract. So it was 5. Now 3 units smaller means we can say 5 minus 3, and that is what? 2. So means for 1 it is supposed to be 2. Every time it's going to be 3 less. For 2 it's again 2 minus 3 is what? It's going to be negative 1. So it's going to be for 2 at point 2, it's going to be this point. And again it's 3 less. So per each value of x, interval of x, it's reducing, y is reducing by 3. So we can see there is a kind of pattern we see. It goes down by 3, runs by 1, goes down by 3, runs by 1, goes down by 3, runs by 1. So this way we can plot the points. Up to you, you can just see how is it going. So I see that it's going like that. So whenever you have to write the equation of any line, if the equation you can follow slope intercept form, you need to know what's the slope. In this case I know between these 2 points it's going down by 3, right by 1. So that's what m is. I could write here m is rise over run, and that's negative 3 over 1. So negative 3. So that's y equal to negative 3x, and y-intercept is the point where it is intersecting the y-axis. So here at this point, if you want to read the y value for that is 5. So that's the y-intercept. So you replace this b by 5, this m by negative 3. So same way you can do other questions, and let me explain you for question number 11 here. Beginning value is 16. So again we need to first mark the interval. So this time let me mark the interval like this. So as you start your question, you can adjust your scales and you can shift your axis accordingly. So if I just say that's 4, that's 8, that's 12, that's 16, that's, if I assume it to be 2, that's 4, that's 6, if it is like that. On y-axis each box is 2 unit, on x-axis, each box is 1 unit. Now information is the beginning value is 16 and it's every time 1/4. All right, it's every time 1/4. What I can do, I can mark 16 here, and at each stage means value of for each interval, like per unit of x, it's decreasing, it's getting 1/4. So 1/4 of 16 is what? That's 4. So at 1 it is supposed to be 4 here. Now again at 2 it's again going to be 1/4 of the previous one. So 4 over 4 is 1. So it's supposed to be, you have to find 1 is supposed to be here, because this is supposed to be 1. And then again 1/4 of that is going to be 0.25, and you keep on going. So here the equation could be, you see it's not an arithmetic, it's so I see it's going to be a geometric sequence. It's not a linear, I'm not getting a straight line. And geometric sequence, how to write the equation, you basically write y equal to, you talk about the very first term. If you talk about explicit formula, the first term is 16, and then you talk about the common ratio. Each time it's multiplying by 1/4 or dividing by 4, so 1/4, and then to the power, you can say, because it's x-axis here, so you can use x and you can check it. So that's the equation for question number 11. I hope you can do question number 12 and 13 on your own. Let's move to next part. So for go part, it is proved that two equations are equivalent by simplifying the equations. You have to simplify on the right hand side. And the justification in the example is to help you understand the steps of simplifying. You do not need to justify your steps. You don't have to justify your steps. You have to simply simplify it. So what they have done, they have shown you an example, like this was a question given. They just want you to solve this right hand side, this part after the equal symbol. So what you need to do, you need to do the different operations. So 6 times x minus 2, so you need to distribute it. So that's going to be, so 8, and then you have to combine the like terms same time. X minus 5x is negative 4x, and when you distribute, that gets 6x minus 12 here. You see that? And then again you combine negative 4x plus 6x, that is 2x, and then you combine 8 and negative 12, that you get negative 4. So you have basically negative 4 plus 2x, and you rearrange the terms. You bring 2x in the front and you get 2x minus 4. So you see left hand side and right hand side, they're the same. So you have to simply figure out, you have to show that the left hand side is same as the right hand side. So if I'm just picking a question here, question number 15, all right, so let's start working on the right hand side. So if I work on right hand side, so that's 24 minus, and I will distribute it. So I get 10 times 2 is 20x, and because there is a minus sign here, I have to be super careful. This is going to change the sign inside. That's going to be minus 10 times 8 is 80 plus 62 plus 7x. So now what I would do, I would combine the like terms. So what I will get, I would first see 24 can be combined with negative 80 and 62. All right, so when you combine 24, and so up to you, you keep on doing 24 minus 80 and then 62. When you do it, you get 6, and then negative 20, this part, negative 20x and 7x, you combine that, so you're going to get negative 13x. So left hand side is 6 minus 13x, so you see that they're equivalent. So up to you, you need to keep on simplifying, combine the like terms, and this way you can get your final statement, which is showing that both statements are equivalent. So I hope you get today's lesson. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye.